Welcome everybody here at Haslett High School. We appreciate on a short notice that you gather together and talk about the conditions we have in Meridian Township and throughout the Ingham County area and further. First of all, I'd like to give a special thanks to Superintendent Mike Duda of Haslett Schools. We called him this morning and asked if we could use the school as a warming center, and you know, there was no pause, no question, yes. And of course, when we came here to set it up, we've got tremendous cooperation from school staff and Billy Hastings, the maintenance director, and we appreciate that and made us feel welcome, and that truly they wanted to play a role in this endeavor. Now, as police officers, we certainly enjoy, this is where we like to think that we excel, helping people. You can imagine that many of the police officers, and I'm sure firefighters, all the emergency workers, have issues themselves, if not many, maybe most of the police officers are missing power as well, but yet they come in along with firefighters and EMS personnel and serve, even though they're worrying about things that happen at home. So we value the opportunity to serve, and this is a 24-hour warming center. We encourage people to come out if they're without power and take advantage of the school here. Food is being provided, and we'll have cots in here soon so that if people want to stay here and have no warmth at home, no electricity at home, that they have a place to be. So we encourage people to come here and bring all their necessities, things that are important to them, to be here for who knows how long. And that's how long the center will be open, until the last person is served. One thing I'd like to note too is that we'll have a police presence. So 24 hours a day until it's closed, there'll be safety here. One of the things that we're concerned too is that people that don't have electricity may not know about the warming center. So watch your neighbor, watch over your neighbor. Take a vested interest in how they're doing, whether they have disabilities or whatever the case may be. We encourage neighbors to help neighbors and alert them to the opportunity that they have here at Haslett High School in the warming center. We are slightly concerned about the temperature. Well, we're very concerned about the temperature, slightly concerned about what we see possibly as wind coming up on Wednesday. So if you have electricity today, there's a possibility you may not have it on Wednesday or later in the week. We hope so, certainly, but be prepared for those kinds of changes and keep this warming center in mind. I'd like to especially thank the folks that have brought food in already. Citizens from the community and businesses have brought food into the center, and that we really appreciate. The community as a whole has come together and really shown support for this center, and we appreciate that. And finally, there are some things that we've already got out on through press releases, and it's currently available at our website, meridian.mi.us. Information about area warming centers and places to spend the night throughout the Lansing area, the Ingham County area. And so that's a tool, every press release, and we've accumulated information from other sources that will help people as they make decisions on what they need to do and what's available. That's all I have to say right now. I'd like to invite, I believe the fire Chief up to say a few words about his department.
Thanks, Chief. As far as in the fire world, this basically started around midnight, Sunday night. I received a call about 6 o'clock in the morning from a battalion chief who said, "Chief, I'm overwhelmed and I need some help. We're not being able to manage all the calls we're getting, and so were all the other communities." So we made sure that our on-duty staff stayed. They didn't go home, and then, of course, our new on-duty crews came in, which helped supplement our fire service. I called our Chief Priest immediately and notified him. He came in right away and set up the emergency center in the Nelson room of the township building. They were able to mitigate all the emergencies and restore order back into the township, which I appreciate. We had firefighters who didn't go home. They stayed on. We've had people who have been taking a shower in 2 or 3 days and brought food in for them to eat to maintain all the calls that were coming in for the fire service. And a typical day, we have maybe 10 to 15 calls in a day here in Meridian. Between midnight and 8 in the morning, we had over 65 calls. So, hats off to our firefighters for doing a wonderful job, hanging in there, not leaving to go home, and showing the loyalty they have for this township and what they need to do for our residents. One of the things that we look at down the road, and we'll let consumers talk about that, is if things do become worse, and we know tomorrow the temperatures are going to fall even more. Snow is forecast. What happens as time goes on? I am without power. Just before I came here, I looked, my temperature in my home is 44. If the temperature drops another 10 degrees, then it's going to be a concern of mine, and certainly a concern of all the residents on how are we going to manage that. I think the warming centers are going to become more valuable and more occupied. We have a great resource we haven't tapped yet. That's the Emergency Operations Center, where we can provide more cots, food, water, all those kind of things that people are going to need. We'll start taking a look at pets and medicine, and there's just a world of things that we're going to need to be taking a look at, and we can accomplish that with the help of opening up our county emergency operations center. So we'll monitor how things go, and let everybody know that there are places to go. This facility will be magnificent. It's obviously huge. They're prepared to serve meals, and we can put, again, cots in here and keep everyone safe. So I think the township is being proactive. I think we're doing everything we can possibly do right now, and I certainly want to thank all of the employees in the township, not only police and fire, but the other departments that are helping to make sure that we have phones and all those kind of things available to us so that we can communicate.
Thank you. I'm Mary Palkovich with Consumers Energy. I'd like to state that Consumers' #1 priority right now is to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. We appreciate Meridian Township opening up this warming center, as we appreciate all the other warming centers that are across our service territory for this event. This is the worst storm during Christmas week in our 126-year history. We've had more than almost 300,000 customers have been affected by this particular ice storm. Currently, we've got approximately 200,000 customers without power. There are more than 2,000 Consumers Energy employees working 24/7 around the clock. All hands are on deck. This is an emergency. There's no question about it. We've reached out to all of the contractors that we can in Michigan and to our Great Lakes Mutual Assistance peer utilities. We have crews coming from as far as Washington, D.C., Lexington, Kentucky, and the state of Kansas to assist with the restoration efforts. We just want to point people to our website to get their outage restoration times and for safety tips on how to prevent things like freeze-ups, and to look for downed energized wires out in the roadways. Watch your children, watch your pets, watch your person, watch your driving, all of that. And look for updated outage information on the Consumers Energy outage map on our website for continuously updated estimated times of restoration. And we really want to thank all of our customers for their patience during this trying time. This is the business we're in. We know what we're doing, and we're doing it as quickly and safely as we possibly can. We also want to thank all of the emergency responders who assist with wire down and protecting the general public. And so thank you very much.
My name is Milton Scales, and I'm with the Township Board. I'm the retired emergency manager for the Department of Environmental Quality, and I want to tell you that your township is engaged, and the staff here, from my experience, I've seen that this staff here in Meridian Township is working very, very hard to make sure all accommodations are made that will help the citizens in this community. What we are also looking at from the Township Board status, we are looking at debris removal. We're going to look at developing some type of way of coming out and picking up these trees and brush that's in your yard. But what we need you to do is we need you to help us. We need you to put the brush and trees in the front of your house, just outside of the street on the other side of the curb. It'll take us about a week or maybe two before we can get around to everyone, but we're working very hard to get this program established. We've never done this before, so please bear with us. And once again, thank you to Haslett High School for putting together this warming center. For those of you that can hear this broadcast, bring your charging equipment down here, your telephones, your laptops, but make sure you bring your devices to charge them with, because we also have a charging station set up here. And thank you very much.
Nothing to say. Just a story. I happened to be out last night, and of course you can imagine that Grand River and our traffic signals there and Christmas shopping traffic was quite a burden on three especially large intersections that had no traffic signals. And I happened to meet up with consumer staff, and it was I just appreciated the fact that they were out there working, and I happened to be also with the tree trimmers, and they were up in the wires at someplace that I just wouldn't go, and as they were up there, they thought they had cleaned up all the branches that were close to the high-powered lines, and the wires were energized, and two big explosions, one right after the other, right up on the power line, and there was a flash of electricity, and you know, it blew the traffic lights out again. But everybody was safe, and you know, the tree trimmers got back up there and cleaned it out even more, and consumers was waiting, and they said, well, we're going to try this again once it's trimmed, and they go through all those. It's interesting to see the safety steps they go through to make sure that everyone will be safe when they re-energize the lines. And of course, they were successful that time, and we had three intersections: Grand River and Okemos, Grand River and Marsh, and Grand River and Central Park, that were the signals worked again. And we are very appreciative to consumers and the work they do, and we recognize that we can't bug them too much about when and which ones are going to be, which areas are going to be re-energized, but they do their job, they know how to do it, and it just gives police officers a peace of mind that we can call Consumers Energy, and we've got some good people coming out to help us out. If anybody has questions that they'd like to ask any one of us here, we would entertain those questions. Yes?
How many people have used the warming center, and how many people are here right now?
I might be, the last report we had 9. I saw 4 back there when, just before coming to the podium, but we expect to see more. And I think that's one reason why we want to be here this afternoon, is to alert people that we've got this facility available. So the more the better, the more people we can help. We like helping people. That's the function of local government, and so we encourage people to come out.
Another question for Mr. Paul. How many local customers, or I mean, how many customers does consumers have in this area, and how many of those are?
We have 1.8 million electric customers in the state of Michigan. Right now, we have 200,000 customers without electric power, extending from Grand Rapids through Lansing and over to Flint. This is a little different than the November storm, in that the November storm was from the Ohio and Indiana border all the way up to the bridge. This one is sort of cuts right through the center of the state and is much more compact and dense just due to the ice.
How many of those in the Ingham and Clinton County?
We had, I think, 67,000 in this general area. Yeah, approximately customers out in this area.
Do you know how many out of
In the county, I don't have the exact number. Flint was hit hard, Lansing was hit hard, Owasso, Battle Creek, Grand Rapids.
do you have any revised estimates for when power gets?
Right, if you go to the outage map on the website, you'll see that if there is a date there, it is the worst case scenario, and as customers continue to look at that, those dates get upfreshed as the crews get out there and start working the circuits. So I believe if you look right now, the latest date we've got posted is end of day Saturday. And those dates will get refreshed based on the different circuits that come on. As we speak, the high voltage lines are being brought up and the substations, so you should see some more dates coming forward on the website.
I mean, I think, how quickly, I mean, is this going to be the mass of people get restored in the next couple of days? Where's the tipping?
Yeah, usually you get the largest groups of customers that get restored in the very beginning as the larger high voltage lines get restored in the substations. You get big blocks of customers that way. And then as it gets towards the, once you get those on, then it's more of the onesie-twosies that maybe are on a single circuit or they're out more in the country, and those take a little bit longer due to all the tree trimming that's necessary to get the circuits cleared.
Other questions?
Chief Copper, you said Meridian Township has declared a state of emergency. Can you kind of just explain what that entails going to that decision to declare a state of emergency?
Well, the manager has declared a state of emergency, and when we have over 70% of the residents in the township without power, then we need to be proactive and make arrangements to serve our residents, and certainly by providing a place to stay, food, shelter, and then those kind of things are already underway. I think there's going to be quite a bit of cleanup in the township to do, and I think once a state of emergency is declared, that can kick in federal dollars that can help fund those kind of bring the resources that we're going to need. It'll be quite expensive to clean up the township. I live off Meridian Road, and driving down there today, it looks like a war zone. I think it's going to take quite a few dollars to try to restore the township once we get power restored to everyone and start looking at how we're going to accomplish that. But I think that the manager, being again proactive, looks at using federal dollars to help restore the township as opposed to the local taxpayers' dollars. And that's just a start. There's many other opportunities for getting reimbursed for a lot of things that we're doing. We're spending a lot of overtime. A lot of resources are going out to the residents right now. We'll look at the bottom line when this thing is over with, but for right now, the residents are going to come first. So I think it's just an act by the township manager to to be able to bring in more resources, more dollars, and those kind of things if need be. Again, if the weather does turn, and as predicted, We think the warming centers are going to become, possibly full to capacity, and we'll have to look at doing other things as well. So it's just a step in the right direction to bring in the resources that we think we might need as time goes on.
Other questions? Any other questions? I think we'd all be prepared to meet with you after if you haven't got information that you desire. We'd be prepared to meet with you and chat with you further if you like. Thank you, everybody, for being here. That was important to us, and we appreciate your desire to get the information out. Thank you.